All right, Petros, so question for you. How do you approach working with others, especially when facing difficulties or disagreements?
Yeah, that's a good one. And especially in my role as department head, that happens quite often. So first of all, I think collaboration is really important, especially in science, technology, engineering, mathematics. You need to work with other people. Typically, the work you are doing is building on the shoulders of giants, so it's building on work that other people have done, so being able to collaborate with larger groups results in faster solutions sometimes. In any team, in any collaboration, conflict will arise. You need to be open-minded. You need to realize that both parties could be right, and you need to be able to accept compromises. So this is something that sometimes you learn the hard way. Here at Purdue CS, we do try to teach it. We do have a lot of undergraduate courses where teamwork is sort of necessary. We ask people to do it, and we ask people to work and resolve potential conflicts that arise in teams, because this is exactly what they are going to face sometimes in their work environment as well, and they need to be able to deal with that. So I think we all get better eventually, but this is a skill that you need to train on. Realize that both parties could be right, and you need to come up with a compromise that leaves all parties somewhat satisfied.
That's awesome advice. So you said you worked on teamwork and lots of collaboration through your successes. So what advice would you give students about the importance of teamwork in the STEM fields?
So you have to be deliberate about it. So in many cases, I understand that early on in your career, maybe in high school, you do a lot of work on your own. And again, there are times where I try to solve a problem on my own as well. But then there are times where you really need to put together a team, and you need to realize that a team needs complementary skills. So if I'm good in math, I might try to find somebody who is a good programmer, and then I might find somebody who can actually build good hardware on which we can run this software that we're going to develop on. So try to figure out what it is that the project needs, find people with the right skills. Don't hesitate to reach out to individuals that maybe you feel you cannot even really work well with, because through teamwork eventually you might find out that you're going to grow your relationship and you're going to actually be able to work much better together than you thought beforehand. What I have found is that working on a project that the whole team is passionate about overcomes conflict and makes the whole team work better. Many of the big successes in my career, but also in careers of people that were way more successful than me, came because they were able to put together the right team. You have to be deliberate about it. You have to think about it.
So would you say that you need to understand both your strengths and your weaknesses?
Absolutely.
And working in teamwork?
Absolutely. This is one of the hardest parts. I often think I don't have weaknesses. It's totally wrong. I have plenty of weaknesses. Figuring out who can complement and correct those weaknesses that I have has been really important in my career. For example, there are cases where I could do some of the hard math, but then I was terrible at actually presenting it to a broader audience. So having somebody in my team who is much better at simplifying things and explaining them well to other parties helped enormously in my career. And I learned from them, I became a better presenter, and then potentially they became also better mathematicians.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you very much.